Hi, and welcome back to Plan My Disney Holiday. I'm in a different room in the house today because I've decided to start a new series. This is going to be using recipes that I've seen based on the Disney parks. So I'm going to have a look at different recipes. These have been supplied by Disney or other Disney related things, and I'll always let you know where I get them from. Today's recipe is from All Ears Net. And it's a fantastic recipe. I've had a go at doing it myself. I absolutely loved it. And it is the Toy Box Treats at Woody's Lunch Box in Toy Story Land in Studios. So it's a really simple recipe. Like I said, I've been able to do it. So the ingredients that you will be needing for this recipe is puff pastry, an egg wash, and your favourite type of jam. And then you can decorate it with icing, sugar, or whatever you fancy. So let's have a go. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually switch on the oven to preheat it. So that's the oven. And I turn it to about 200, 220. So now that the oven is on, I'm going to get out the puff pastry. Okay, and this is just pre-made. I'm not Mary Berry or anything. I'm not fussed about any of that. So just a quick open. Alright, and carefully going to roll it out because it's already sticking, and I don't want to touch it too much. It's starting to come off. Silly noises, weird noises. There we go. I've got it. Now, just rolling it out. And there we have our puff pastry. Right, just so that you can find the halfway point before you cut it, fold it to line up the paper, and then just squeeze down on one side, and that will give you a halfway point in which to cut. Now I'm going to use a pizza cutter to do this. I'm just going to start there, straight across, and then I'm going to, these might not be as good as the other day. What? Because I'm being a bit,
remember, you can always.
Okay, so these are a bit lopsided. If you do make a mistake, it's fine because you can push the pastry back together and just go over it and just redo it that way. Okay. So, a bit like that. So, it was a bit lopsided, I was able to push it together. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure that that's a bit straighter. Right, so there we have got our pieces all cut up, ready for the next step. So I've just cut it, and they're not exactly perfect. We've got two misshapen here, mostly because of the curve there, and the two at the end here, quite small, but got three in the middle that I'm quite happy with, and we've got a couple of tester ones here. So the next step that I need to do is get rid of this rubbish, is making the egg wash and getting the egg wash ready. So I've just got a mixing jug because it's not going to take up much space. Let's just move the pastry to one side. So it's just going to be, I told you didn't need many eggs. Just need one egg. There we go. Get rid of that. And just a splash of milk. So a little bit of milk. Splash. Okay, and just give it a quick whisk with a fork or whatever. Okay, so got my egg mixture there. Don't need very much because all we're going to do is egg wash around the edges. Don't need to do the middles, don't need to do anything else. It's just around the edges. So, got a brush here. You might have normal bristles. We've got a plastic one. And it's just the smallest amount of egg wash. You don't need much, just a little bit. Now, when I did this with my wife, she has got some patience. There was some egg wash just sitting there. There were pools of egg wash, so you don't, and that's the ones that really we found difficult to stick together. So you don't want a lot of egg wash on your pastry. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, I'm going to try and keep talking in cliches. That's the aim. Last little bit. And there we go. Right, okay. So here are all my pieces, all cut up. Done the egg wash down the sides, across the bottom, up the side and top. So you can sort of see some of the egg wash still here. This is a bit too much here. So just gonna spread it about a bit. Okay. So that's all the egg wash done. I've got, as you can see, these are my tester ones and this one here, but I've got 6 good rectangles there in the middle. So next up is the filling. So I've got some strawberry jam and I've got some raspberry jam, and with what you're going to do is that you're just going to take a small spoonful. You don't need very much, 1 tablespoon will do, and just going to plug it right in the middle there. Actually, that's quite large. Just going to okay. So we've got 2 raspberry here and 2 strawberry here, and I said that this one's going to be a bit of experimental, and I've got some caramel spread. So it's chocolate and caramel spread, and we're going to try a different flavour. Let's try it. I'm just doing this with a teaspoon because it is very, very sweet. I'm just putting that in the middle there. We've now got our filling sorted. 2 raspberry, 2 strawberry, and we've got a chocolate spread type one. So these will be our bottom pieces, and these top pieces we're going to put on top. So I'm just going to move the egg wash out of the way. So what I've done is I've quickly swapped this round because it was getting sticky on the greaseproof paper that it comes with, and to make it easier for myself, I'm just going to flip it so that it goes like this, and as you can see, it is sticking there. I'm starting to stretch it. Alright, let's just go for it. And try and place it on top. Okay, and I'm just going to move that into shot. There we go. So it's looking like a bit of a parcel. Right, okay, let's try the next one. So there we have them in a parcel type situation. So here I've just spun it round again so it's closer to me. what I'm going to do is just quickly just go around the edges with my finger, just softly, just pushing it down. Make sure that the pastry's not got gaps. It's looking all okay so far. So now I've pushed down the sides, what I'm going to do, get my fork and just go around gently, crimping the sides. Oh, bit of stitch. So now that I've had a little bit of help with the crimping and we finished that off, what we need to do now is just go through and just make a few air holes at the top. Okay. Like so, just to let a bit of steam out. Just to give you a better view of what the air holes look like, there we go. And so like I said, we've got the chocolate spread, we've got 2 strawberries, and we got the raspberry. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, it came with the greaseproof paper. I'm going to leave it on the greaseproof paper, got rid of the other half that we don't need anymore, and we're going to put these on the baking tray, and then we're going to stick it in the oven. We're going to start and give them 10 minutes and see how they are, and then maybe a bit longer. So just going to put the pastries into the oven. There we go, and we'll come and check on them in about 10 minutes. So just going to have a quick check on how they're doing, and they are looking really good. Golden brown, so just going to take them out and leave them to cool. So just taking them out, we've just separated them. There has been a bit of a spillage, a bit of broken, but they're looking really good. And so we're going to let them cool down. It's going to be about half hour. You don't want to go into them straight away. But while we're waiting for them to cool, we're going to have a go at making the icing. So I'm just using a normal bowl to make the icing. So I've got my icing sugar here. And I'm just going to pour a whole load of icing sugar in. Right, okay, so we just put a tablespoon of milk in, and I'm just going to give it a quick mix. But I want it to be thick so that it will stay on top of the pastry. Now I can't really see many lumps left, and it's looking a lot thicker. It feels thicker when I'm stirring it. So now we're moving on to pretty much the final bit now. Okay, so all of the pastries have now cooled down, which will help with icing, because if it's too hot the icing will carry on running. So just going to get a spoonful, and I'm just going to carefully layer it on top. Now it's messy, it's fun, okay, but this is running less than what was happening the other day, so just enjoy it. It's adding some of the sprinkles, okay, so last time we didn't use any of the big balls, we just did some sort of hundreds and thousands and some sugar balls, so, and it looked actually pretty cool. And there we go. So just from the side splooge there, I'm presuming this is one of the raspberry, this is a strawberry, and then what I'm going to do, something really I shouldn't do, but finish off the chocolate with the chocolate swirls. One thing you can do before is actually take all the packaging off. And there's some skills doing that one-handed, and I'm just going to do a little sprinkle of chocolate. So like I say, you decorate them how you want, have fun with it. Might have some stuff in the house, you might have things in the shops going cheap on the shelves. Keep an eye out. So I'm just going to do some hundreds and thousands on the last two. And there we go. So here we have the final finished product of the Lunchbox Tarts that you can get at Woody's Lunchbox in Toy Story Land. A big thanks again to All Ears Net and Molly, who shared this on Instagram, and we used it to inspire our own. When you're ready. So the ultimate test. That is good. Right, thanks for watching, and oh, there's pastry all over my mouth. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all real soon.